Hey y'all, welcome back. So I was coming back from the plowing job we were doing on the other side of the map for the neighbor. And I was thinking about this whole thing with the hay. We need hay for the cows specifically. And I thought, I don't really, how am I going to do this? I don't want to wait for the grass field to grow. And then it occurred to me, I've got all this grass right here. Can I cut this and ted it? Why not? So I picked up a used tedder. I got this for 5 grand. We did okay. Just a little crown tedder. And we've already got a mower. So I threw it on the New Holland, and I thought, let's cut some of this down and see what happens. Why not, right? It's a pretty good sized area here. This should give us enough hay to maybe get them through part of the winter. So that's what I'm going to start out with. And again, we're on Kinlaig, and a lot of stuff happening over here. But we are still in October because the season hasn't changed, or the month hasn't changed yet. But we are late in the day, so I wanted to try to get this cut and ted before it gets too late, because I just don't know how that's what's gonna happen with it in November. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we'll see what happens. I don't even know if this will cut, but we do own it, so we should be able to cut it. So let's see what happens if I try to. Yeah, look at that. That's nice grass right there. And I figured, why not? We own it. We might as well use it. What am I going to do with it? Just look at it all year. So how's everyone getting on with their own farms? Everybody doing okay? You guys have any questions, suggestions, thoughts, whatever? Put them in the comments, because I do read them. I read them every time. And I try to reply to everything I read. It doesn't always. I mean, sometimes there's nothing to reply to if it's just a random comment like, "Hey, I liked your video" or whatever. I'll say thank you or whatever, but it doesn't really involve a huge comment or whatever. So what else are we gonna do with this map, guys? We got to figure out what we're gonna do here. I got a lot of ideas, some of which probably don't make any sense whatsoever, but should we get into the fishing industry? What do you think? Try just something, and I remember, see if I can do lines, work direction. Isn't there a thing where you could set some? Nah, there wasn't, was there? I think I'm thinking of course play. I was thinking it would be cool if there was a way to draw some lines on here for. There's not. I thought, for some reason I was thinking there was, but I know I think it's course play I'm thinking of, where you can go in and put down markers to draw your field out and make them an actual field out of something that's not a field. That's another thing, I all the time I'm looking at mods. Do you guys want to hear about mods that I'm looking at? Do you want me to, like, do any shorter videos with, like, mods that I found that might be interesting for you guys, or any of that kind of stuff? There's so many people doing mod reviews already. I mean, I don't know kind of what you guys think about that. Let me know. Because I'll do them. If you guys want me to do them, I'll do them. I hadn't really thought about it too much because, like I said, there's a lot of people already to do them. I watch Mr. Sealy P a lot for his mod reviews, because even though his are focused mostly on console because that's what he plays on. Um, it's cool to see because if they're gonna work on console, they're gonna work on PC, right? And I play on PC, but I just like the way he does them. He breaks everything down and he shows you all the ins and outs of them, and he makes sure that you understand what he's doing and why he's doing it, how he's doing it. This is really cool. Well, like I said, I don't mind doing some if you guys want to, if you want to see that kind of thing. Also, you know, what other kind of, if there's other farms you'd like to see, if there's any particular maps you'd like to see, definitely throw that at me. I know I ask a lot of questions, but just trying to make this all work the best for everybody. This might give us a little decent amount of grass right here. So you guys are probably seeing this video on the weekend, though I'm recording it a little earlier than that, but so by the time you hear some of the things I asked you about, I may have already done something about it, you know what I mean? I don't know, just bear with me, because I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of, oh crap, sorry I hit the mic. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of things, and when I have some time, and this time of night it's really quiet in the house, and I can sit down and do a little bit of recording. I have a multi-generational house here, so my grandkids are here as well as one of my kids, and so a lot of times I'm over here trying to do something and there's noise going on. It's a little hard to concentrate, so I'm just trying to pick the best times to make sure we can do some things when it's best for everybody. Sorry, that was my phone. Oh, I can't see through the trees. Oy, 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 oy. Now what I don't have is I don't have a rake to rake this after I ted it. So I didn't think of that, but we'll see if we can get something cheap out of it. Maybe there'll be something on sale in the store. Maybe. I need to get a bigger mower too, to be honest, because this only having the front mower slows things down a lot. I mean, it's not the worst. It's better than not having anything, or having like a Moco or something. That would be, oh my gosh. Listen, you guys, you should be very proud of me, because here I am still using the same equipment that was on this map when I started it. And by now, I would have replaced it all with John Deere in most cases. So, you know. Yes, I have a John Deere addiction. But again, that's the predominant equipment in my area here, so I'm very familiar with it. Most of the farms here run John Deere equipment. It's not uncommon at all to get stuck behind a 40-45 sprayer. as it's moving across the road, trying to get up to a field 3 miles up or whatever, you know. Um, happens a lot. Or, you know, 6R going down the road with a baler on the back. They come through the middle of town all the time, you know. You, the middle of downtown, and you're over there at the one of the stores, restaurants, whatever, and all of a sudden they come rolling through with this big baler, and it's like, that's how you know you live in a small town. It's in an agricultural area when stuff like that happens on the regular. I love it though. I'm not going to mow too close to this other tree over here because it's just going to be a pain to head around. I'm going to keep this fairly wide. I did get really close to this other tree, and I probably shouldn't have gotten quite as close because it just, the tedder's going to get hung up on it if I get too close to it. So I just want to be careful about that. And we all saw in the last video, a couple videos back, how I can literally get a piece of equipment hung up anywhere. Crap, that was the video that the train actually hit the plow. How to know when you're totally haven't changed. That's me. I find the ground texture to be really strange on this map. It's almost like a gravel underneath the grass. So I don't know if all this can grow back or not. I have no idea. I assume it will because it's grass, but it's just such a strange texture, and it's not something that's available to us in the Giants editor or any of that stuff yet. So I don't really know. It's just a weird texture. I'm not really a fan of it. All right. Let's hop on over here with our tedder and get this tedded. Is that the right word? Tedded. Tedded. Ooh, I should cut this little piece here too. Hold on. We're gonna cut this real quick too. Losing our light. You need the John Deere Batwing, or to really do this right. I don't know if Black Sheep made that one, and I don't know if it's out yet or not. I haven't looked. Would be a good one to have on here. Also, I forgot to put real mowing in, so it's not mulching those bushes under. I forgot about that. If you use the real mowing mod, it will mulch the bushes down as you mow, instead of leaving them behind. Although those, I think, went under. I don't know if they just went under the tractor or if they actually got mowed over. In some cases, I've noticed in some cases, some bushes you can mow over and they'll disappear completely. And other ones, you can't get rid of them no matter what you do. It's kind of crazy. It seems like it depends on the type of bush. No, that one definitely got... Okay, so maybe we don't need the real mowing. After all... I was thinking about the other day. I saw somebody had the farming wheel pack or something, and it has the handle on it for the throttle. And it looks a little bit like the ones they use for the airplane stuff. And I was thinking, I wonder if you could get one of those ones that they use for the flight sims and map it so that it would do the front and rear shifting on this. But I wouldn't even begin to know for sure if you could. It'd be kind of cool though. What do they call it, a HOTUS? I think it's called a HOTUS. And it's a neat piece of equipment, and I think it would be cool if you could repurpose it to work with farm sim, so you could have forward and backward on it. As it works out for me, I use a clutch on my pedals as my forward and backward switch, so I don't have to put it on a button somewhere. I can just come to a stop and then hit the clutch, and it changes me into forward or reverse, whichever I happen to need. And I did that because I get tired of always being in this position where, I didn't know, half the time I didn't know like I was gonna have to hit the brake. That's what it was. I was hitting the brake, right? And I never really hit the right pedal most of the time, and I'd be like trying to hit the gas to go backward, and I was like, what crap? So I got tired of doing that. So a long time ago, I came up with that idea of putting it on the clutch pedal. It works really well. But from that standpoint of somewhat realistic, wouldn't it be kind of fun to have it on a like I said, on a HOTUS or something? Hopefully this has got enough power to do this. This thing was $5,000 in the sale. It's normally $15,000. I don't know. It probably got ripped off. It's probably broken or something. Right? Oh gosh. I don't know. Anyway. Somebody probably sold it because it's broken. Oh gosh. Car coming. See what I mean about the texture underneath this? It's hard to see in the dark, but it's just a strange texture. I don't know. I do like the new dirt texture though that they used on this map. It's got a lot more rock and gravel to it. And I think it's a lot more realistic. It's probably one of the better dirt textures I've seen in the game so far. And I would love to have it for more maps, but I don't know if that's an option yet. I don't know if they're going to let us have textures or not. We will see. Probably not, because I'm sure they're locked in the map, which is inside the DLC, and you can't get to the anything inside the DLC until they decide to allow access to it. Well, typically it's the next game when the maps that were in DLC form end up being available in the base game, and then we can get into them. We're only like, I think I saw, I just saw this yesterday or today, that the 25 is just hit its 1 year mark. So we're likely not going to see access to a lot of that stuff for at least another year, because typically it'll be, like I said, the next game, and the development cycle is 2 to 3 years, right? So it could be 3, it could be 2, it depends. For a long time it was 2 years. The development cycle was 2 years, and then it kind of became 3, and so I don't know where we're at now, if we're going to stay on 3 or what their plan is. It was on 2 when it was still under, can't think of the name of the studio it was under. Then when they went solo, when they started self-publishing, it became 3. Oh, it was Focus. When it was under Focus, it was every 2 years. And then when they started self-publishing, it became every 3. And I think it's probably going to stay every 3. It's kind of my feeling. I was going to cut the cow pasture, but I can't get in there. There's no gate on it. I don't love those pastures with no gates. All right. Well, I'm gonna finish tedding this up here, and then we're gonna speed through the morning, or we're gonna sleep. We're gonna sleep. Okay, we'll call it sleeping. We're gonna sleep, and then we're gonna see kind of how this did. If it, well, I can look before that, see if it became hay or not. I think it should. I mean, I'm tedding it. It should, right? I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know if the drying time gets affected or anything with the time of year, though. Didn't used to, but again, I don't know. With the real weather and the real, all the stuff I've got in here, I don't know. It appears to be turning lighter, which would indicate it being hay instead of grass, but it's hard to tell in this lighting too because of the daylight turning to nighttime. I knew that was probably going to happen anyway, but I was hoping we'd beat it. No such luck. Then we're going to have to get a rake. We'll probably lease a rake if I need to. And that's the other thing. I think we've got some stuff on lease that we need to look at, because if we got a lot of stuff on lease, it's going to always be coming out every damn month. Every time we turn around, we're going to get tagged on leased stuff. I thought I missed some up here, but it looks like I got it. Okay. Coming about, Captain. I went to fire up my ATS last night just for the fun of it. I hadn't played ATS in a couple of weeks, so I said, well, I'm going to play a little ATS, and somehow or another my profile got messed up, and I lost my entire profile that I've had for, oh god, it's got to be close to 8 years old, and I lost the whole thing, and I'm not sure what happened. I tried everything to recover it. I spent several hours messing around with it trying to figure it out, and I wasn't ever able to figure it out. I still have the backup file just in case somebody has an idea, but I don't know what happened. It was fine when I shut the computer off the last time I played, and then all of a sudden now it's just not. It's just gone. So I'm starting over again from scratch over there. Any of you guys play ATS? It's another one of those sim games that I like. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm into. It's just, that's why the channel is the Sim Asylum, because it's just kind of what I do. I find myself I'm crazy about sim games. It's just what I like. Everybody see the Northern Lights this week? They were talking about being able to see them all the way down into Kentucky and like that, even into some parts of California. I don't know how far south they actually stretched, but kind of cool to be able to see them if you're, you know, if you're in a place where you normally wouldn't. All right, let's see what we got here. If it tells us, just to tell us, this is now. It's not telling us, so I'm probably gonna have to get a rake and rake it up before it's gonna tell us what's here. Okay, well. Put this over with the other grass stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say I think the shop is closed. Alright, well we'll go back to the house and sleep. And then get a rake and rake this stuff up in the morning. Hopefully it doesn't decide to rain on us. Gosh, sorry guys, I think I whacked that mic again. It's not in the same place as it normally is tonight. It's sitting a little off from where I normally have it, and I keep running into it. I gotta move it. I just haven't done it yet. We should turn the tractor off so it doesn't run out of gas while we're sleeping. Grandpa, you should get some sleep. It's late. Does a man ever sleep? I don't. 7:30. So we'll start our day at 7 o'clock. What do you think, guys? 7 o'clock? Well, 6? Well, let's start at 7. We're going to be lazy farmers and sleep in. Still dark out. That's okay, though. I can't get down the hill. Oh, it's still really dark out. Crap. Well, we are into November now, so... Alright, let's see if we can get a... Shop is still closed. What time is the shop open? I think it's 8 o'clock, to be honest. That's not the map, by the way, guys. That's something I have in-game. Like I said, I like the realism, so I use all these weird little things like the shop hours and all that kind of stuff. We're going to fast forward time just a little bit, though, because we need to get into the shop and get what we need. Well, the triggers are showing up now, so that's a good sign. Nope, still closed. I think it's 8 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. And normally I wouldn't do that. I don't like to do that, but it's kind of one of those things. All right, I'm looking for a rake. There's not anything in there. Rake or a windrower, whichever. I don't see anything in today's sale. Straw bales on sale. Yeah. Let's look in the regular store. There's a... This is not a tedder, though. Maybe it is. I didn't think it was, though. I was thinking that's probably the cheapest way to go, though. Let's do it on a finance. We'll do it for a year. That'll make the payments. Yeah, we'll do it for a year. And if we can pay it off sooner, we'll pay it off sooner. That's the cool thing about financing is you can always get it and then you can always pay it off early if you get the chance. If your financial situation improves or whatever. It's froggy out here, guys. Look at the fog. Alright, let's go rake that stuff up and see if we got hay out of it or not. It should be hay, and I think we can run the baler over it after, and it should be, we should be in good shape, I hope. I did notice there's no Dunkin' Donuts on this map, and that would be helpful early mornings like this. Oops. We're gonna do it from the outside so I can see where I'm going. This is not raking. Why is this not raking? Oh, it's not down. No, it is down. What the heck? Yeah, I've never seen one. I've never seen this that you had to turn on before. Maybe it's because it is a combination tedder. I didn't realize that. If that's the case, we can get rid of that other tedder and we'll just keep this. Because we don't need two. And this one actually would be kind of handy to have just because it does the rows for you as you're tedding. Definitely need to find a rake that's just a rake though, or a windrower, because I wouldn't want to have to. I wouldn't want to be doing this to try to. Like, I wouldn't want to be tedding something by accident. Is what I'm getting at. Like, cut some grass and then you go to go to row it, and then. I mean, I guess technically you don't have to if you're only using the front mower, but. Yeah, this is so weird. The texture under here is so weird. I don't know what they were doing, but maybe that's what it looks like underneath the... I don't know. Almost better to do this from inside because I can just drive over where I know it needs to be. Not have to worry about what the thing is doing behind me because it's going to follow me no matter what. Alright, we got an early start on the farm today, didn't we? Well, it's getting late in the year, and it's, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get snow or not. Do we get snow up here? In this part of the world? I don't know. Just want to try to get things done while we have the weather to do it. And then come, early spring we can get planting. We got that other little section over by the cows to do too. That's just a little tiny. It should only take a couple of passes over there. This is working out pretty good though. Like I said, I wish I had known it was a tedder. I would have just got it right off the get-go. But we can resell that other tedder. Sell it back, I should say. close do we dare go to the tree? I caught up on enough stuff in the last couple of episodes. I really don't think I need to catch any more. Oh god, I can't even believe how many things I get caught on a regular with these machines. And I tell you what, it's like there was a time when it was just expected. Everybody was waiting for it, you know. And I every time now I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing the game a little better, a little more realistically, a little slower. It doesn't matter. I still run into every dang thing on the map. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think I just get focused on what I'm doing, and I'm not paying close attention, and I end up hitting stuff. It's kind of the way it is. Alright, we're gonna go on down here and we'll get this other stuff. I gotta fix this dang wheel. I don't know why it's doing this. Every time I think I got it squared away, it starts doing this bumping thing again. I don't like it. Bumpity bump bump, you know? It's not like I'm hitting bumps in the game either. It's just banging around for no particular reason. I went back to Logitech recently. I've been on a Logitech wheel for a long time, and then I ended up through a series of things that got messed up, and I had to get a new wheel, and so I went with a Thrustmaster, and I was like, oh well, I want to go back to Logitech now. So I see, I'm caught on something. So I decided I would give I gave my old Thrustmaster setup to one of my sons that needed a wheel, and he's loving it. But so I went back to Logitech, and now I'm fighting with the dang wheel doing what it's supposed to do again. I'm like, why is this? You know, it's just crazy stuff. I'm stuck in the middle of the road. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, no, I'm not getting around that thing. Come on, little tractor, you can do it. I'll tell you, I like this little tractor, but it does not have good steering. This is what I'm talking about with the, it might be that fence, but these bushes, it's so weird. They're not consistent at all. Like, some of them have like really bad collisions on them, and some of them don't have any collisions on them. And it seems like it's really more about the piece of equipment than it is the hedge, which is really weird. Some of the hedges you can hit them hard and no problem. Other ones, if you even touch them, you're caught in it. Probably my one issue with UK maps is that the collisions are always, I mean not the collisions, the hedges are always in my way. And I don't love that. I guess if you live in that part of the world, you would expect the hedges, right? I just we don't do that here. We don't plant things next to our fields so we can't get to the stuff. We just don't do that here. Oh gosh. I shouldn't say that. That's really not true. Some of the fields, even in my area, there are some that are really got some trees and stuff next to them, but not hedges. You don't see hedges, and you almost don't see fences along the fields either. Not saying never, just not very often. Alright. Well, we are sneaking up on our time limit, but I wanted to at least get this tedded. This was, like I said, this was one of those ideas that I came up with. I was like, well, I don't know. What do you think? Think it'll work? Yeah, I think it'll work. We'll try it. You know, I mean, you do things thinking maybe, who knows, maybe it can work for you. Alright, I'm going to grab the baler and I'm going to make a few bales just simply so we can see if this worked. I believe it did. Alright, so we're using the mini baler because I like the bales being easy to handle, and I have that trailer that auto loads them anyway, so I'm not gonna do too many. I just want to see. We're gonna just start with a couple to see if it is in fact going to work. It's still showing this grass. Maybe it didn't ted it. Oh, there might have been grass in it, so that might be part of the problem. Yeah, showing up as a grass bale. That one is. I don't know what the next one's going to be. Let's see if we can get this emptied out, because I think that might be... That one's also showing up as grass. And I can't get these out by any other means. I think it's whatever's in there is what the problem is going to be. Doggone it. Alright, we're gonna I gotta get this emptied out somehow. Hold on one sec. Let's see if we can, because I think we can use okay, that empties the chamber. Let's see what happens if we do this. Still showing up as grass, though. Maybe it didn't TED. Maybe I need a dryer of some sort. That sucks. Well, that's a bummer. Because that is not what I wanted. Alright, well, we're gonna figure this out, because I don't want to take it all off of the field if it ends up being grass instead of hay. And it's definitely showing up as grass, so for now we're gonna go ahead and leave this where it is, and I will come back on the next episode and we'll have a solution. I may have to get a grass dryer or something and scoop this stuff up and put it in a grass dryer. I know there's a few in the game, so that might be something to try. So, but we've got it all cut, so now we're gonna do to dry it somehow. Maybe, like I said, maybe, oh, this thing up here might do it, actually. So I'm trying to remember if that thing, let's go up here for a minute. Because I want to say that there's a drying portion of this. If I put grass in, I think I can get, let's see. No, maybe this isn't the one. Yeah, it's not. Total capacity, straw, haylock. Well, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we'll look at it and we'll figure it out for the next episode. But anyway, guys, again, I want to just say thanks for coming out and hanging out with me. And like everything, there's always these little issues, but we'll figure them out. We'll get them going. And then we'll get all this up, and if we have to put it in a dryer, we'll put it in a dryer. I was gonna bale it because that would be the easiest way to do it, but I mean, whatever. We can store it. We can dry it and store it if we need to. Right now we got some grass bales, so we can use those for, you know, we still need grass too, so that's okay. But I don't want to do the rest of this until we have a solution. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, again, thank you. If you get a chance to hit the like on the video, that would be great. And as always, if you're not following, please hit the subscribe and follow along. And if you can share the video with people you know that may like it, that would be wonderful. That would be very helpful. And yeah, check out all the links in the description for any of the things you're interested in there. The Discord is in there. The our sports drink sponsor is in there. And I'm just going to hit that right here so you can see it. And we'll see you guys next time around. Thanks again, and happy farming, guys.